Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Cindy. I have another flower tutorial. I know I owe you some tutorials, but here's another one. So again, this is another red ribbon. This is a 20-inch ribbon, and you need a black, well, a red thread, but I'm just gonna use black so you can see. And you need 4 pins. So let's get started. I already have my 20-inch ribbon cut out, and I already sealed the edges with the lighter. So this is how we're gonna do it. So on the sunny side down, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this into a triangle, just like this, and we're gonna pin it. Just like this, okay? And now we're gonna start making a square. So now the shiny side down and dull side up. So we're gonna turn it back. So you know how we folded it forward? Now we're gonna turn it back like this. And if you like, you can line it up here with the other ribbon, just here at the bottom. And again, we're gonna pin it. My square never comes out perfect, so if yours doesn't, don't worry about it, because it's still gonna come out as a rose. But mine, I can never get it perfect square. And again, we're gonna fold it back, and if you like, you can use the first square to line it up, just as a guide. And again, we pin it out. Okay? And again, we turn it around and we pin it. I'm just gonna fold this a little bit. This. Okay, so it should look like this, like a square. And this is the back. So now we're gonna keep making that square. So we're gonna fold it back. Okay, so now we're on the second square. We're gonna fold it back. Let's try to match it up here on the back. Okay, and then we take out the pin in front and try to get both of those ribbon. So again, we do it on all 4 sides. We fold it back, pick up the pin, and puncture through all ribbon. Do it again. This. Okay, so I have 2. Fold it back again. You should have at least 3 to 4 of these guys up here. I mean, if you want more, you can cut your ribbon longer. This is again a 20-inch ribbon. So I hope I can get 3 on all sides. Okay, just barely. Oh, it's getting harder to puncture now. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have 3. So now we're gonna get our thread, our piece of thread. So you should have a square like this. I know it looks ugly, but we're gonna start. I think my edges are burned. Okay, so you see how we have this little extra piece of ribbon? What we're gonna do is just gonna sew right here at the bottom and slip stitch. So we're gonna find and so slip stitch, and then we're gonna do a run-on stitch. Just like this. Okay. So I hope you can see it with the black thread. We're gonna do a run and stitch. Just like this. And then here we're on the third, we'll call it petal, on the third petal. We're gonna do a run and stitch up there. Okay, we're on the third petal on the other side of the square. Okay, on the third one on the other side. So we're basically working backwards, I guess. I don't know, it's very easy. Sometimes a little bit time consuming depending how many you have. How many little squares you have. But 3 to 4 should be just fine, just enough. Ooh, so hot. Okay, so now we're back to the first one, and now we have 2. And I'll come back once you sew it all around. It should be 2, 1, and then nothing at all, and I'll come back for that. Okay, so I'm on to the last one. And if you like, you can take out the pins where you have sewn already. So I'm gonna keep sewing. I don't think I showed you which flower we're making. I'm such a bad person. So let me show you which one we're making. Make this one. This one I have to work with it more. I think I got frustrated and then I just couldn't do it. But it should be this one. It's the same thing, but I don't know why I couldn't make this one, but it should be this one. Very nice and fluffy. Sewing. And now that I have the sew, I'm gonna take the pin out. And you see how we have this left over? I'm just gonna go ahead and continue sewing on it, just so that we won't waste ribbon, so it can be part of the flower. Okay, and then we do a slip stitch. Okay, so now that we have completed a little trail, this is what we're gonna do. So this is the beginning of where we started our flower. Now we're just gonna turn it, okay? Same as we did with the other flower. Now we're gonna turn it, make sure that the black thread is touching the other black thread. And of course in your case it will be red. But at this point we're gonna make sure that we turn our petals outward because we want it to look more like a rose. So here I'm gonna turn it this, and then we get our hot glue gun, put a pinch of glue so it can stay, and again we turn it. Okay. We turn it again. Oh gosh, I hate when this glue gun does not want to work. So let's see what happens. Okay, there. Gonna make sure I do this again. Okay. So we got to the next petal, we turn it. Again, you don't have to put 4 squares, you can make it as much as you want. See right here, this petal kind of turned inward. Just gonna go ahead and see if I can take it outside, because I think it'll look pretty if it was facing outside like this. Just turn it like that. Okay. This works better with a 2-inch ribbon. It will look better and fuller. This is a 1.5-inch ribbon. It still looks nice, but it's in a smaller version. So if you're making like a little what do you call it? Those corsages, I will use the 2-inch one. Okay, again. And you keep taking the petals out. Also, if you have a ribbon where it's shiny on both sides, is preferable, because this one has one shiny side and one dull side, so you will be able to see the dull side on this flower. So you keep turning it. Again, make sure your threads are touching each other, because these flowers can be really confusing and it wants to turn the wrong side, the wrong way. Okay. I'm just gonna cut this. I forgot to cut it. But if you were to sew it, so you would just turn it down this way and then sew it in. But since I don't want to sew it in, I'm just gonna cut it. And I'm just gonna keep gluing it. Add some more glue here. And again, make sure at the end, make sure your threads are touching each other. Okay, just like that. So there's your little rose. I hope you're able to see it. So here's your rose. Here's the other ones. Well, ladies, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was easy. I know it was a long video on both flower roses, but I mean, you can always stop, rewind it, and play it again. But if this wasn't helpful, please let me know. I can try to remake it and try to make it more simple. And I'm gonna try to find out if there's a way, instead of doing the little square looking thing, instead of pinning it, I'm gonna try out, I'm gonna see if I can make it without pinning it, but I'm gonna have to test it out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a new technique on how to make a rose, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.